This lesson covers the do-while loop. In this lesson, we will discuss the structure of the do-while loop and the operation of the do-while loop. So far, we have discussed the for and while loops. The last among the three kinds of loops that exist in C language is the do-while loop. The do-while loop is similar in appearance to a while loop, but in a do-while loop, the test condition is evaluated after the loop is executed, unlike while, in which the test condition is checked at the beginning of the loop. The do-while loop may be thought of as an upside-down while loop. A do-while loop consists of two different keywords, do and while. The do keyword marks the beginning of the loop. It has no additional purpose. The while keyword indicates the end of the loop. The loop expression is contained in the parenthesis following the while keyword. Now let's write a program that prints numbers from 0 to 9 and prints running total. Let's call this program do-loop.c. Now here is the do-loop.c program. As you can see that in this program we have defined a count variable which is of the type integer, and we have initialized it with the value 0. Okay. Then we have the total variable which is also of the type integer, and we have assigned it the value 0. Okay. Then the do keyword signals the beginning of the do while loop, and the body of the do while loop, which in this case consists of two different statements, is executed. Okay. The first statement is total equals total plus count, and this computes the running total each time through the loop. The second statement in the body of the do while loop is the printf statement, which prints the value of the count variable and the value of the total variable. Okay. And once the body of the loop has been executed, then the loop expression is evaluated. That is the condition that appears inside the parentheses that follow the while keyword is checked. Okay. So the first time through the loop expression becomes 0 is less than 10, which evaluates to true. Okay. And again the body of the do while loop is executed. Okay. And second time through the loop expression becomes 1 is less than 10, and again this evaluates to true. Then again the body of the do while loop is executed, and this goes on until the loop expression becomes 10 is less than 10. Okay, this is 11th time through the loop. So 11th time through the loop expression becomes 10 is less than 10, because the value of count becomes 10. Okay. So once the loop expression evaluates to false, the do while loop exits. Okay. Now here is how it happens. First time in the first iteration, the condition becomes 0 is less than 10, and this evaluates to true. The program prints value of count equal to 0 and value of total equal to 0. Okay. Second time through the loop, again the condition is checked, and it is 1 is less than 10, which evaluates to true, and the program then prints value of count equal to 1 and value of total equal to 1. Okay. Then third time through the loop, the condition is 2 is less than 10, which again evaluates to true, and the body of the do while loop is executed and the program prints value of count equal to 2 and value of total equal to 3. Okay, and this goes on until the condition becomes 9 is less than 10, which evaluates to true, and the program prints value of count equal to 9 and value of total equal to 45. Okay, and 11th time through the loop, the condition becomes 10 is less than 10, which evaluates to false, and therefore the program prints nothing. Okay, because the do while loop exits. Okay, so here is the output of this program. Okay, when you build and run the do loop.c program, you get this output. Okay, now let me explain to you the structure of the do while loop. As you can see, we have this do keyword. Next we have the while keyword, and the while keyword is followed by parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis we have the loop expression. Okay, and as you can see, the do while loop ends with a semicolon. The semicolon is placed just after the closing right parenthesis. Okay, next we have the body of the do while loop, and as you can see that the body of the do while loop consists of two different statements. That's why we have enclosed them with braces or the delimiters. The first statement in the body of the do while loop is total equals total plus count, and the second statement is the printf statement that prints the value of count and the value of total. Each statement inside the body of the do while loop must be terminated using a semicolon. One thing that is worth noticing here, unlike the two loops that we previously discussed, is the presence of a semicolon at the end of the loop. In do while loop, the test condition or the test expression is contained inside the parenthesis right after the while keyword. Okay, and a semicolon is placed at the end of the closing parenthesis. Okay, the closing parenthesis is the right parenthesis. Okay, the semicolon is used to terminate the do while loop. As stated earlier, the do while loop is an upside down version of the while loop. In the do while loop, the body of the loop is executed first and then the test condition is evaluated. In case the test condition evaluates to true, the loop body is executed again, but if the test expression evaluates to false, the loop terminates. Since the condition is checked at the end of the loop in a do while loop, the body of the do while loop is executed at least once. Now this flowchart explains the operation of the do while loop. Once the do keyword is encountered, you enter the body of the do while loop and the statements contained inside the body of the do while loop are executed. Next, the count variable is incremented and then the loop expression is checked. Okay, if the loop expression evaluates to true, the body of the do loop is executed again, and if the loop expression evaluates to false, the do loop simply exits. Okay, so the loop expression is your test expression. Okay, now here is the do loop.c program, and let's see how this program fits into this flow chart. Okay, so this do keyword signals the start of the loop, or in other words, you enter the loop once you encounter the do keyword. Okay, next we have the body of the do loop. Okay, the body of the do loop in this case comprises of two statements, and then the increment takes place, that is the count variable is incremented, and then the loop expression is checked. Okay, the loop expression is count is less than 10. If this loop expression evaluates to true, the body of the do while loop is executed again. Otherwise, if it is false, then the do while loop simply exits. The do while loop turns out to be a suitable choice in situations in which you want to be certain that the loop body is executed at least once. However, you are more likely to come across situations in which the loop body isn't executed at all. In such scenarios, while loop happens to be the right choice. This is the reason why the do loop isn't used as frequently as while. So if you feel confused as to which loop you must use in your program, you must preferably use while, because the program is much easier to follow if the test condition is laid out at the beginning of the loop. In case your program has too many do loops, you might want to change some of the do loops into whiles to enhance the program structure. Now let's write a program using do while loop that asks the user to guess a vowel and see if the guess is correct. Let's name this program guessvowel.c.
Now here is the guessvowel.c program. In this program, as you can see, we have nested a while loop inside the body of a do while loop. Okay. So this is the body of the do while loop, and these printf statements constitute the body of the while loop. Okay, so the while has been nested inside the do while. As usual, the program execution starts with main, and inside main we have defined a character variable ch. Next, the do keyword signals the start of the do while loop, and once you enter the do while loop, the printf statement prompts you to guess a vowel a, e, I, o, u, and it asks you to type it in. Next, the conditional expression that follows the while, which has been nested inside the do while, is checked, and the conditional expression, if it evaluates to true, the body of the while loop is executed. So the body of the while loop constitutes of two statements, two printf statements. The first printf statement is the vowel you guessed is %c, which is incorrect, comma ch. So the so the format specifier %c will be replaced by the value of the variable ch. The next printf statement is type some other vowel. Now, if this conditional expression that follows the while keyword is true, okay, and which means that the character entered by the user is not equal to O, okay. So if the user types some other character other than if the user types a character other than O, the body of the while loop will keep on executing, okay. And the moment the user types O, this conditional expression will become false, and the control will move to the next statement following the while loop, okay. So the next statement is your guess is correct, and the next statement is type Y to play again, type N to quit, okay. Now if the user types Y, then this conditional expression in the do while loop get ch equal to Y, this evaluates to true, and the do while loop will execute again. If the user types N or some other character, then this conditional expression will become false, and the control will move to the next line following the do while loop. So the last line, happy guessing, see you soon, will be printed, okay. So these are the two printf statements that constitute the body of the while loop. And if the conditional expression ch equal to get che not equal to O, this evaluates to true, which means if the character typed by the user is a character other than O, then the body of the while loop, which means these two printf statements, will be executed, okay. And if the conditional expression becomes false, then the statements that follow this while loop will be executed, which are these two printf statements. And as you can see in the last printf statement, the user is prompted to play again, and if he wishes to play again, he will have to type Y, and if he presses some other character, then the conditional expression in the do while becomes false, okay. So let's say the user types N, okay, then this becomes N equal to Y, which evaluates to false, okay. And then the next statement that follows the do while loop will be executed, and the program prints happy guessing, see you soon, okay. Now here is a sample interaction with the program. The program prints guess a vowel A, E, I, O, U, type it in. Let's say the user types A, then the program prints the vowel you guessed is A, which is incorrect. Then the program prints the message type some other vowel. Let's say the user types E, the program prints the vowel you guessed is E, which is incorrect, okay. Next time the user types I, the program prints the vowel you guessed is I, which is incorrect. Then the user types U, the program prints the vowel you guessed is U, which is incorrect, okay. And the moment the user types O, the program prints your guess is correct. Now the user is prompted to play again, so the program prints type Y to play again, type N to quit. The user types Y, okay, then the user is prompted to guess a vowel again, and let's say the user types E, okay, the program prints the vowel you guessed is E, which is incorrect, and then the user types some other vowel O, and the guess is correct. The program prints your guess is correct. Then the program prints type Y to play again, type N to quit, okay. This time user types N, the program prints happy guessing, see you soon. This brings us to the end of this lesson. I hope you found this lesson useful. See you in the next lesson.